For this lecture, magsosolve tayo ng sample problem on viscosity. No? So, basahin lang natin yung sample problem natin. A steel shaft 40mm in diameter and 350mm long falls due to its own weight inside the vertical open tube that's 40.2mm in diameter. The clearance, assumed as uniform, is filled with film of oil. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin dito is ano yung speed ng cylinder, no? Pagbaba niya, no? Dahil mabigat to, may weight siya. No? Ito muna tayo sa given ng mga dimensions natin. No? So, kinonvert na natin from millimeters into meter yung mga binigay na mga values. No? Like the diameter ng steel na shaft, that's 0.04 meter na siya. No? Kasi 40 mm divide lang ng 1,000, magiging 0.04 lang. No? Similarly with dito sa 350 millimeters natin na length, so that's 0.35 meter na. No? And yung diameter naman ng open tube. Ito yung density ng steel. Hindi siya binigay dito, no? Pero meron tayong data ng density ng steel, no? Which is 7,850 kilograms per cubic meter. And then viscosity of oil, no? That's 0.440 pascal second. Okay? So ito yung pwede natin gamitin na equation. No? Siyempre, pag viscosity yung pinag-uusapan, ito yung equation natin. No? Relationship ng shear stress, viscosity, velocity, and yung column ng or height ng column ng liquid natin, no? In this case, yung liquid natin is oil. Pero dito sa ano natin, since circular yung shaft and then circular din yung tube, radius yung magiging ano natin, no? That's why yung ginagamit natin dito is hindi siya dy but dr. Okay? So ito yung figure ng problem natin, no? So this is the shaft, ito yung blue, no? Tapos meron siyang weight, of course, no? Kasi meron siyang density, medyo mabigat yung steel. And then dun sa gilid, yung clearance between the open tube and yung shaft natin is meron siyang oil. So, kung titingnan natin dito sa figure natin na top view, so ito yung shaft natin, ito naman yung tube. So, dito sa clearance silang dalawa, which is assumed to be uniform, ibig sabihin ng pag ina-assume na uniform, pareho lang yung distance dito sa, ano, no? Yung clearance dito in between the tube and the shaft. So, uniform yung clearance dito. That's the DR, no? Uniform yung DR. So, yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng uniform, assume as uniform. Okay? So, ito yung mga dimensions na 0.0402. And then, ito yung dimension naman ng shaft. Tapos, yung DR, of course, ito yung equal na distance galing dito sa gilid ng shaft papunta dito sa gilid naman ng tube. Okay? So, yun yung DR. And, considering the, ano, no? Ito yung parang, ano natin, free body diagram, no? Dito sa ating figure. So, merong weight, and then, of course, dahil weight, may weight, babagsak yung shaft natin, merong forces na resisting dito sa gilid, na, which is due to the shear stress or shear force na gawa ng oil at saka ng surfaces ng shaft natin. So, ibig sabihin, pag gagawa tayo ng summation of forces along y, kasi y naman yung direction ng movement natin, considering static equilibrium, that's 0, no? Summation of forces along y equals 0, dalawa yung forces natin. No? We have the weight, and then of course yung force due to the shear stress. And of course, yung shear stress is just equivalent to, ito yan, no? F over A. Therefore, yung force natin due to stress, Fs yan, no? It's just equivalent to tau times A. Kaya ito yung magiging equation natin. Okay? So, dito sa baba, ginawa na natin yung mga ano, no, para mas mabilis lang yung video natin. Of course, yung weight, ito yun, no? Makukuha natin yung weight by multiplying the unit weight times volume. Kasi alam natin, that's unit weight is equivalent to weight over volume. So, lilipat mo sa kabila dito, magiging ganito yung equation niya, no? So, given yung density ng steel, yung kinukuha natin na weight dito is yung shaft. So, density ng steel, that's 7,850. Alam din natin na since unit weight equals weight over V, or pwede natin sabihin na unit weight equals, yung weight natin is pwede natin sabihin na mg over V. And then, since mass over volume is just density, pwede ring rho g. Kaya yung equation natin dito, this is the rho, no? Ito yung rho, yung 7,850 kasi density yan, tapos ito naman yung g. Okay? So, density times g equals yung unit weight. Next naman is yung volume, no? So, volume is just circular naman, no? Circular naman yung shaft natin. So, ito yung area, cross-sectional area niya, and then ito yung height. So, pwede mo lang sabihin na volume is just equal to area times yung length. Kaya ito, meron tayong pi d squared. So, this is pi d squared over 4. Yan yung area, no, ng circle kapag diameter yung ginagamit natin. That's just equivalent to pi r squared. So, ito yun, no? And then, ito yung length na 0.35 meter, no? Ito yun. Okay? So, yan na yun, no? So, evaluate lang natin dito sa calculator natin, no? So, that's 7,850 times 9.81 times pi times 0.04 squared times 0.35 divided by 4. 33.87. Yung unit, paano ba to, no? So, this one, unit weight natin times 9.81. Density times 9.81. Of course, magiging Newton yan. No? Newton per cubic meter. No? Tapos, ito naman, magiging area lang in terms of meter. So, magiging meter. Meter squared or cubic cube. Yan, no? Kasi volume. No? So, Newton to. No? 33.87 Newton. Kasi magkakancel yung dalawang cubic meter dito. Okay? So, next one is yung tau natin, no? Which is viscosity is given. So, 0.440 Newton per square meter. Kasi yung Pascal natin is equivalent to Newton per square meter, no? So, ito yun. Sinulat na natin. Tapos, merong second. Of course, hindi natin alam yung velocity, no? Kaya nga, yun yung hinahanap. Ito naman, yung dr, galing lang to sa, dito natin isulat, no? So, pag isa-subtract natin yung diameter ng tube, tapos minus the diameter of the shaft, ang matitira natin na dimensions ay ito, no? So, equal yan kasi uniform yung clearance natin. So, i-divide lang natin ng 2. So, therefore, dr is just equivalent to 0.0402 minus 0.04 tapos i-divide mo ngayon ng dalawa, no? Kasi, yun, para makuha mo yung isang dr na value. Okay? So, that's dito natin sa calculator. 0.0402 minus 0.04 divided by 2, that's 0.001. So, ito yung sinulat na natin sa equation natin kanina, na 1 meter. So, tatlong zeros yan. So, ito yun, no? So, evaluate natin yung value na yan sa calculator. 0.440 divided by tatlong zeros, tapos 1. That's 4400 times V. Yan. So, 4400 times V. Okay? So, yun yung equation natin. Dito naman sa area, medyo tricky to, no? Yung area. Kasi ito yung area kung saan meron kang shear stress. So, actually, ito yun, no? Yung area dito sa gilid ng shaft natin. Which is, yan yung dumudulas kapag, of course, kung ganito yung motion mo. So, ito yung dudulas na part, no? Yung gilid mismo na shaft. So, yun yung merong shear stress. So, ano yung area na yan? That's the circumference, no, times your length. Kaya ito yung equation natin ng area. This one is pi d. Ito yun, no? Pi times d. This one is the circumference times yung length. Bali, surface area yan, no? So, kung i-drawing natin yung shaft natin to circle yan. Ito yun, no? Ito yung space na to. Tapos yung paligid, no? So, kailangan natin kunin yung circumference times the L para makuha natin yung surface area kung saan mag-a-act yung shear stress natin. So, this is pi d circumference times length. Makuha mo yung surface area. So, solve yan natin. 0.04 times 0.35. That's 0.014. 0.014 meter squared. Okay? So, dito na tayo sa original equation natin, no? The weight equals tau. So, weight equals tau times A. So, weight natin is 33.87 Newton equals tau, which is 400 velocity times A na 0.014 meter squared. So, ano kaya yung unit nung tau natin, or ng velocity? So, dito meron tayong Newton, meter squared, meter, tapos may meter pa dito, no? So, ano lang natin, no? Para lang mas, no? So, we have Newton times second divided by meter square. Tapos, meron pa tayong meter dito sa kabila, no? So, we have Newton S over cubic meter. So, yan supposedly yung unit na mapupunta dito, no? So, Newton times second divided by cubic meter. So, paano ba yan? Magka-cancel yung Newton, of course. Tapos, mawawala yung Newton din dito, no? Or, dito na lang natin sa kabila isulat. No? So, mawawala din yung Newton. Tapos, magka-cancel yung dalawang m squared dito. Kasi lilipat yan, no? Tapos, mawawala yung isang m dito. Tapos, mag-over ka kasi, no? Kaya, matitira, meter per second na lang. Okay? So, gawin natin, no? Dahan-dahanin na lang natin. So, that's 33.87 Newton divided by 4,400 Newton second divided by cubic meter. Tapos meron pang isa ditong value which is 0.014 square meter. Yan. So, yun yung sinasabi natin kanina, magkakancel yung 2 meter na yan. Tapos dito isa na lang yung matira. Tapos yung Newton naman magkakancel. So, matitira ngayon is meron tayong meter per second na pag babaliktarin mo, magiging ganito siya, no? Instead na S over M, magiging M over S. So, evaluate natin sa calculator. That's 33.87 divided by 4,400 times 0.014. So, matitira na unit is meter per second. Okay? So, that's equivalent to, yung velocity is 0.55 meter per second. Check ko yung calculator natin. Hindi pala, hindi ko na multiply ng pi yung value dito, no? So, kasi yung 0.014, 0.04 lang yan, times 0.35. Kaya nga, no? Ito yung lalabas. So, times pi pa siya dapat, no? Kasi mayroon kayong pi d. So, that's equivalent. Ito dapat ay, pasensya na, no? So, ano yan? I-erase natin. So, this is supposedly 0.044 square meter. So, dito dapat sa kabila, hindi dapat 0.014 yan, but 0.044. Pero pareho lang din naman yung analysis natin. So, dito naman, that's 0.044. So, yung magiging final answer natin, instead na 0.055, magiging ano siya, no? 33.87 divided by 4,400 times 0.044. So, that's 0.175, no? 0.175 meter per second. So, ito na yung final answer natin. So, again, double check lang ng mga na mali tayo ng pag-compute dito. Buti na lang nakita ko sa calculator pa dun sa history na wala siyang pi, no? So, yun lang, no? Kahit na alam natin, minsan, kahit alam natin yung sequence na lang solution, yung procedure, pero nagkakamali-mali tayo dun sa pagpindot sa calculator, meron tayong nakakalitaan, mas okay na mag-double check talaga tayo lagi, okay? So, this is now the final answer, no? Velocity lang hinahanap natin, 0.175 meter per second. So, ganun lang, no? Kailangan nyo lang i-analyze talaga ng mabuti at mas maigi na magbigay ng or maggawa ng figure, no? Para mas makita natin yung mga forces na involved sa problem, okay? So, yan lang yun para sa sample problem na to, and I hope na medyo malinaw yung pagka-discuss natin. Kung hindi naman, maglagay na ng comment sa comment section ng lecture nito, no, para ma-address natin. Okay, so again, thank you for watching and see you sa mga next na sample problem na uploads natin. Thank you.